Good evening, everyone. How's it going? Yes, I am solo tonight. And just for the extra effort, the boy is ditching me. Please like, please subscribe. Let them know that I don't need them. No, that's a lie. I could use their help. I could always use their help. Unfortunately, it is the Easter weekend, big holiday weekend. We moved the schedule around, as you can probably tell. No Thursday show. We already released the After Dark for the subscribers and for those on Spotify. It's coming out tonight, actually, not for Monday. So it is early this week. In case you're doing that long traveling over the weekend, I guess give you something a little extra. So, everyone, welcome in tonight. We're going to go through the JuvEssentials. Basically, Thursday's night show. We're going to do it here. Obviously, slightly different format in that I am alone. No big deal. I got this. I guess it's going to be more like the other channels tonight in that, it's like one dude kind of going at it. I'm going to need some help from the comments. So please, do not hesitate. Get your comments in. Bring up topics. There's a lot of rumors. It's a week with a lot of rumors. A lot of what ifs, maybes, perhaps hypotheticals. It's been a little quiet, but there's still a little bit to talk about. We teased a little bit out. I pulled out the most important stuff, what I thought was the most important over the past 7 or so days. And that's what we'll go over. But without further ado, please jump on in. Give the comments if you want to steer this one another direction, because I don't have Dave or Dash distract me tonight. So I need you guys to do that for me, essentially. All right. So if you haven't already, of course, subscribe to Spotify. The link is down in the description, along with the Discord, the X, the Instagram. And we are somewhat active on Reddit as well. You'll see us there. We got the channel memberships, like I mentioned earlier, that will get you early access to the After Darks. A couple exclusive content videos here and there, like me doing catch-up shots for 2,000 subscribers, things like that. And it just helps us out. It better than advertising. How about that? Okay. So first and foremost, I think we should mention it. Juventus woman, and I know I haven't been as heavy on the Juventus woman this year. I understand Julia Grosso isn't with the team. That's probably a big reason. Also, it's just kind of, I don't know. Seems like it's harder to watch this year. But regardless, they won to Milan yesterday, 2-0. And that wins the Scudetto. There's still a couple games to go. We're just that far ahead. We dominated this year for the woman. So I got some pictures. I guess I could show the X on the Juventus woman X. They're celebrating. Got some crazy drunk lady photos. Nothing wrong with that, right? So there you go. Stars again. They've won a few. Yeah, 6 times. Yeah. Again with the 6. So 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22. Then Roma decided to show up for 23, 24, and we're back at it. Yeah. So congratulations to the Juve woman. Jeff coming in saying, "Hey guys, how's it going, Jeff? What is going on? Thanks for joining in, one of our regulars. Yeah, Jeff, I'm alone, so please feel free, even if you want to hop on, or if you just whatever. Give me your opinions. I need a flow. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be rhyming off a bunch of random shit tonight. Okay, so that's good. Alicia Lehman, of course, probably all over Instagram doing her. I will get into a little bit of the rumors tonight because there's not much else. Honestly, because there's not much else. More so because these are interesting. So we hear this rejuvenation, Primo Cultural. If you're around, I don't know. I understand it's Easter weekend. People are busy, especially the Italians. They're so religious. They love this weekend. They're going hard. The Italians are going hard this weekend. I know it. German Dave's going hard this weekend. So it's not just the Italians. So the Italianization of the club. That's why I mentioned Primo Calcio. This is one of the things he likes to go hard about. The Italianization of Juventus. Sure, I mean, there's some merit to that. The counterpoint, I do understand. Like, you got to be careful with this, right? We don't have that same caliber of Italian talent like we did in the 90s, the 2000s. Like the Italians really dominated back then. So to grab a few Italians wasn't as big of a deal. It is now. Like Inter, and we've said it, we hate to say it. Inter's got a few of those Italians and they're killing it. Right? Fiorentina's picked up a few, they're doing well. Obviously, they're scattered throughout. But it looks like management does want to kind of focus down that route a little bit with the Italianization. Okay, cool. I mean, obviously, don't go all in. Going too hard in one direction is never a good thing. But sure. So the name tonight, couple names. Giovanni Leone. I might as well. Let's do this live. We're doing everything live tonight. So, I guess it isn't live. Giovanni Leone. Get some transfer market going here. So he's still only 18. This is more like a next gen kind of thing. Parma, obviously. Will we see him tomorrow? We'll get into that. We're going to pregame a bit tonight as well. So this is going to be one of those, see him in a couple years sort of idea, which is fine. Building up. Does play Italy under 19. Seven appearances so far. He is from Rome, if that means anything. But a nice young defender. This is something. I don't know much about him. He hasn't. 7 appearances. There's not much game planning on this kid just yet. Can apparently play right back, but maybe in a back three as well. If he can play right back, he can slot into that back three. I mean, if we get to see him on Monday, bonus. So just one of those names. He's 18, right? If Misak was here, he might be able to tell us a little bit more. KB, he is here. How's it going, KB? I've missed a few of your lives too. Must admit. Busy. It's been a busy week. That's the crazy thing with holidays, right? You got a shorter work week, but you just have to do more in that time frame. Anyways, is what it is. But we are here. We are live. We got the regulars, and it's beautiful. So, Giovanni Leone, somebody to watch out for. Pick him up in the summer. He's going to be 19 at that time. I really shouldn't expect a whole lot from him. Now, the next name I'm going to bring up here, slightly older. Go Internet. No, not tonight, eh? Here we go. Come on. Here he is. Pietro Comuzzo. Transfer market, just chugging along. There we go. 19, Juve don't want him. Too young, we need a 35-year-old. That is a discussion. That is something to be said that Inter has done. And oh my God, it pains me because we used to do it. We used to do the whole free agent thing and we didn't do it very well all the time. Ramsey, for instance. Yeah, that's a bit of a sidetrack, but we certainly should look at a couple of those older free agents just to kind of get some depth, to get that veterancy. If Tudor sticks around, even if Conte comes around, you're gonna see a couple older guys. We actually need to talk. I didn't even write that down. The whole Tudor thing. Staying going Conte. Okay, write it down, Conte. So I feel like we do need to talk about that. Okay, Pietro Comuzzo. Sorry. He is 20. Like I said, a little bit older. Another center back. Currently with Fiorentina. Do we want to deal with Fiorentina? This is the other issue with Italianizing the club, is dealing with these clubs. They're going to fleece us. Bali, 25 mil. That is barely hefty for a 20-year-old center back. Not going to lie. not really getting any appearances, right? Like, okay, appearances 28 in Serie A, so that would have been for the national team, sorry. So not bad. 28 appearances, 7 in the Conference League. And another one, the qualifiers. Scopatella, another one. So he's actually played a lot. Yeah, 66% starting 11, 68% of the minutes. Another young Italian center back. Yeah, KB saying, let's not do another Fiorentina business piece. Tired of it. Tired. It is an interesting profile for a young Italian. What has he won here? Coppa Italia Primavera. Italian Super Cup winner Primavera. So successful in the Primavera. And between what will be a 19 and a 21-year-old for a center back. I mean, even at 21, you're looking at least a couple years to get regular minutes with Juve, no? These are definitely depth pieces. So it's nice. Obviously, yeah. I mean, fill in the depth with some youngsters. But you're going to have Lloyd Kelly. You're going to have Kalulu and Bremer. For sure. I think that goes without saying. I mean, Kalulu's not for sure, technically. Bremer, we will see what we get. And then Gatti. I mean, we're going to talk about Gatti, right? I'm just teasing you with a bunch of center backs first because we're talking about the Italianization of this club. And at the same time, we're talking about potentially selling one of our Italian center backs. And Cabell. Yeah, no, that is true. Thank you, Jeff. And whatever X post. Yeah, there was an X post out there that mentioned the 3, and that's where my mind triggered off of. But you are correct. So whoever posted that on X is also incorrect. Get on that. KB, hey Dave, I am a successful YouTuber. I made 60 cents of revenue. Congratulations. 60 cents. That's big. Beth says Gatti stays. Like I did say, we're going to touch on rumors a little bit, right? I pushed off the show long enough because the news was it was trash. It was straight up trash. The biggest thing this week, I kid you not, was this whole sponsorship thing. And we did an episode the previous week. Like, this is what makes me laugh. Yes, a couple of little tidbits came out. But last Thursday, whatever it was, we did the Visit Detroit thing. And then exactly a week later, the other channels are like, oh, the new sponsor, blah, blah, blah. It's like, guys, this is old news. It's already a couple days old by the time we reported it. Is that how desperate we are that we're just going to keep on rehashing the exact same thing? That's the state of affairs right now, which I kind of, in a sense, appreciate because the hipsters are quiet. They have nothing to go on about. I mean, here and there, sure, but, not so much. Okay, so there's Camuzzo. There's your 2 young Italians. And our next name this evening, currently from Bayern Munich. No, I guess it doesn't come out that way. Kim Min-jae, in any case, transfer market. Here we go. Min-jae Kim, that's how I had to spell it. Funny enough, as I was preparing, as I was getting out of the shower, looking at my phone, an article popped up about Kim Min-jae. He has the most turnovers leading to goals this year in the Bundesliga. And we're currently linked to Kim Min-jae. Now, on one hand, that could tank his value a little bit, not having a great year. He hasn't had the best of years. I mean, 87% starting 11. He has 2 goals, 2 yellow cards. I mean, he's playing, but he's also making mistakes. Let's see his chart. Yeah, his chart has dropped a little bit from 60 mil. I mean, shot up at Napoli, absolutely. And just hasn't maintained that value at Bayern. Kind of have had a bit of a drop off. Now this is actually a bit of a talking point, I think. Do we want Kim Min Jae? On one hand, he is going to add a lot of physicality. Like, he's a big dude. He's a monster. And I like that. KB saying, I think his playstyle can suit Saturday out the best. That's a good point as well. Because he's a monster, he's not exactly the fastest dude out there. And for Bayern in particular, the way they play, you need a little bit. You need a little bit of speed. My camera's doing the wig it out thing. Yeah, you just need a little bit of speed. So this could be a decent deal. Now, current market value 45. That's about where you have to pay to get this profile, right? We do want another big time profile to put beside Bremer. You really got to shore in that defense. Is Kim Min Jae the answer? Where's his injuries? So I want to just see how his injuries are. Stats. Where are they? Injury history. Yeah. 1 day, 3 days, 1, 1, 1, 8, 2, 1, 1, and 17 back in 2018 for hairline fracture in the fibula, which, I mean, that's not even 77 days, like 2.5 months for fracture in the fibula. Yeah, I guess that's reasonable. But other than that, like, solid. Look, Achilles tendon irritation. That was probably just like precautionary set. We do need people that don't get injured. He is a monster. 45 mil? That might not be horrible. I'm okay with this one. I kind of like this one. Yeah, is he having a bad time in Bayern? Sure. But can he be rejuvenated under a very just blue collar Italian club? I think he could. I have faith that he could. And I particularly like this one if we're going to look at big name center backs. There is one more center back that we will talk about tonight. Of course, it doesn't come up. Coney de Winter. Here we go. Apparently, you may want him back after all this. Listen, Motta, he's an asshole. He got rid of all these dudes. We moved on all these guys. The management, I shouldn't just say Motta. The management, the club in general has moved on with a lot of our young talent. He's still 22, Coney. Having a decent year, Genoa. Look at the numbers. 20 appearances, 3 goals. Right, he's a center back. He's got 3 goals out on 20 appearances for Genoa, right? Not bad. 1.91. He's not a giant, but he's got some height. Probably bigger than the average guy, even. We seen him. He was one of ours. We take him back. Here's the cool thing about this one. Genoa requests 25 mil for him. So currently valued 18. They request 25. Yeah, okay. That's about right. Right in that ballpark. We have a 25% resale value on him. So, I mean, in a sense, I don't know exactly how that would work. We pay like 25 mil and we get the money taken off the top, or we just negotiate and be like, okay, we waive that, but we're only going to pay you 15. They're reporting 12 to 15 million for Coney de Winter to take him back. Now this looks dumb. This looks dumb like Lloyd Kelly, how we got rid of Dean and then ended up with Kelly for more at the end of the day. Yes, it was a January panic by I don't know, because this one's on Gentoli. Apparently Gentoli's been following him since Napoli. I don't know. So this does make us look a little dumb. But do you take him back? So, I mean, we got money for him, right? 8 million. Not a lot. When you run the numbers, okay, say we pay 12 million. Let's just say we pay 12 million. We sold him for 8. You essentially lose $4 million, but got a year of development. Still not a great deal. Still not a great deal. However, it's not like this, oh my God, we're losing all this money. It is a bit of a hit. Do you take Coney DeWinter back? I don't know if he's like a Tudor guy. And this is all with the caveat as well. Like, who's the coach? I think, though, if we say Tudor or Conte, for the most part, I think they can kind of be interchangeable with the style of play and the types of players that they want built in, like the blue collar type of player. But Coney DeWinter, I just think it makes us look dumb. Never hated Coney. Throwing well. If he came back, wouldn't be upset, but definitely makes us look dumb, kind of losing money. At least 4 mil on that, right? So sad Juve got destroyed by an Interista coach. But we move on, right? We move on. And the hipsters are quiet, and that's really what matters the most to me in the current moment, is that the hipsters are quiet. That they actually have enough insight to realize that they are fucking idiots and that they should shut up now. Because the amount of nonsense that has filled the social media the past few months since June, July, whenever Mota came, and just like the flood of hipster bullshit. And it's done. For now. So we move on. Okay, so that was Coney DeWinter. Few defensive options coming in. For me, I mean, that's important. It's fun talking about all these offensive options. Oh, we're going to look at this guy. We're going to look at that. Blah, blah. It's Juve. We have an injury crisis. Dudes have gone down. We have loans come. I mean, our squad needs a proper rebuild in the defensive line at this point. If you're getting rid of Gatti, if that's true, you obviously need to fill that hole. So, Federico Gatti, are we kicking the cats out? Are we locking him out and sending him on his way? No, Jeff Early said he stays. We have to remember the context. And this is where I say it's not being completely silent, right? They still need to sell newspapers. How do you sell newspapers? Is you say Federico Gatti is leaving. Oh, BJ, you must have just missed it. Yeah, we just talked about him just before Coney. You must have just missed that. Yeah, we definitely talked about Kim. What's your thoughts on Kim since you're here? Sibi, Gatti would be a blow, especially if leaving for an opponent in Serie A. Plus, I'd be... Premier League, you'd be fine with. Well, especially the money that could come with it, yeah. But again, going back, the Italianization of the club, and then you go ahead and get rid of another Italian. I'd like him. I think he's more supporting cast. Will do a lot better when Bremer's back. Shouldn't be your centerpiece. Absolutely, I understand that. But considering how he bleeds for the shirt, he is exactly the kind of profile we need to keep around in this team just for the mentality. He still brings stuff to the table. He's not everyone's favorite. He's a lot of people's favorite. He's a bit divided in that sense, right? He has his good and his bad, but that's what I'm saying. He's one of those guys, you got to put him in the right system. It was like Bonucci. Once you took Bonucci away from his supporting cast, he was shit. You know? WJ saying we reject offers for 30 mil for Gatti last season. Yes, there was reports that we rejected some offers. Now this is where I'm calling bullshit. Because the reports are saying 25 mil. Really? You're gonna let Gatti go for 25 mil? No. That's insane. That's stupid. That's absolutely stupid. No. Gatti doesn't leave for 25 mil. An inside agent was sent by Merda. I can't believe this. See if I can pull it up on X, find where that source was again, because I think this is insane. Now you got to put Federico Gatti, otherwise you get actual cats. All right, so let's add this to stage. So yeah, Newcastle and Nottingham have had their sights on Gatti. Yep. Transfer fee around 30 mil. This was from some dude named Matthew. On another note, because he is injured, expect to be back end of April, early May. Yeah, we knew about a month. Mark 92 has been reporting on that. Yeah, and then here's the other thing. Federico got to extend his contract with Juve until 2030, ready an increase in salary from 1.4 to 2.3, 2.4 per year. Expected a meeting between Antoly and his agents after the game against Man City to close the deal. Was that like today's Man City game? And that was what was confusing. So this is reported like April 16th, right? So was that Man City's game today? And this is where things conflict. There's these reports that are saying he is going to get renewed. There's these ones now they're saying he's going to get sold. The one thing, the angle that may have kind of sparked this off with the newspapers, he has been talked about for months in regards to having a renewed contract, that this was going to be signed, this was going to be a done deal, and it's carried on, it's still carrying on. You think a guy like Gatti, it would be easy. You just go, you sign the papers, you get it done. We also have to realize as well that these deals typically do happen a lot later in the season because anything can happen. Literally anything can, right? If he has a career-ending injury, do you sign him until 2030? Oh, no, you don't, right? So this is why things happen into May, June. Not believing the reports. I'm calling bullshit. Gatti is staying. Letting Gatti go would be massive loss for Juve. That's coming from KB. Yeah. 100% it would be. Now, everyone has a price. What would you accept for him? If somebody comes in and drops 40, do you sell him? See what it's worth. Peter Federico. Oh, I gotta put the last name in. Killing it tonight. Worth 25 mil. And this is where it gets emotional. There's an emotional attachment, 100%. So, is he the greatest defender? Is he worth a lot of money? No. But the fact that he bleeds Juve, and that is in itself so hard to replace. The fact that we let those people go already in our team that bleed Juve, and he's one of the couple dudes that are left. To us, he's worth more than 25 mil. To us, I would say he's worth 35, 40 mil. Is he replaceable? Yes. But you can't just replace him with anything. And again, if you want to Italianize the club, who else? Like, this is, you just keep him, man. You just keep, I can't make sense of it. BJ saying, also, why would we let go of a center back when we lack center backs? You have to end how much now to replace him? And are you going to replace something that bleeds black and white? No. No, because they're not there. That doesn't exist. That makes no sense. We are keeping the NCU reject to send our best in exchange for 30 mils. No, okay. Maybe we've dwelled on this too much. This was insane. This is us saying, and I don't know if you guys saw this, that we were going to sell Di Gregorio. That came out earlier this week, and as soon as I saw it, I even posted to the group chat with the boys. I'm like, this is the state of affairs this week. This is how slow of a news week it is that somebody made up that Di Gregorio was going to leave. Like, where the fuck did that come from? You know? So I have a feeling that's a similar thing here. DJ saying 35, 40 mil. Yeah, probably. So that's it on Gatti. Let's hope that that's all just bullshit. And like we mentioned, Gatti currently injured as well. One more person since we are talking about all these rumors. Sandro Tonali. Tricky, right? Because there's these betting allegations. Do they affect the sporting side? Like, he wasn't betting. In this case, they're saying not on footy matches. Does he get another ban? We don't know. There's no signs that we're slowing down looking at Sandro Tonali. Everything's saying that we are hot and horny, that we want them. I mean, is he good? Is he a great midfielder? Yes. He absolutely is. He is still only 24, and he's working it like he's in his prime. What about when he is in his prime? How good does he get? 45 mil is the value. Read a report today that says 70 million. Are you kidding me? 70 million. Now we're getting a little crazy, are we not? Now we're talking Premier League time. I think the one thing that will save a deal. Now I'm expecting like probably closer to 60 realistically. 50 for sure. It's a lot of money. You got to get rid of Dougie Luiz. Absolutely got to get rid of something like that. You got to move something big, right? This would be a great pickup. If the will of the player wants to move, it's going to be down to like, does he go back to Milan? Does he want to go to Juve? You know, do all parties agree, essentially? His contract until 2028. So that's a little rough too, right? Highest market value, 60 mil. So he's definitely worth upwards to 60 potentially, right? He already reached that. Obviously, the betting thing, he was gone for, was it 10 months? He's obviously going to retain or regain that value. I think he will. He's already started that trajectory, as you can see here. Went down to 38, back up to 45. Now I think he's on his way. BJ saying Di Gregorio was because of the Man City stuff. I didn't see that part of it. Elaborate on that, because I clearly missed Man City links. Unless that's all it was Man City was linked. Yes, I think I do remember that now. Yeah, there was just like some bullshit report. Yeah. And he's all saying 70 mil is crazy. It is, especially when we need to invest. Strikers? Anybody say strikers? KF, buddy, how's it going? It's been a while. Dave just jumping in to say, hope you are well, lad. I am well. Thank you very much. KF Squad, he hasn't been around much since he's been married. Got married a few months ago, and now the ghost. You don't see him much anymore. Miss you, man. Yeah. But I hope all is well on your end as well. Married life ain't keeping him down too much. But yeah, Sandro Tonali, I feel like we're going to be talking about him for quite a while. He is going to be that big juicy name. I'm expecting big juicy name as well. Oshiman, maybe. We've bantered a bit about the striker. Nothing huge on the striker. I'm not going to get into that. But what do you say? We get 3 big names, one each position. Like Kim Min Jae in defense, Tonali in midfield, and I don't know. Let's just say an Oshiman, or dare I say a Lookman up top. Still April, guys. Still April. Yes, newly married in Belgium, took the wife on holiday. Awesome, down in Belgium. Very nice, very nice. Beautiful country. It is April 19th. I just realized that Easter is on 420 this year. Interesting. I don't believe any of the big strikers linked will arrive. I'm hoping we just get like a Luka or something with some depth, and then I don't know from there, honestly. I mean, we got linked with Kristovic, but we had just played Lecce as well. We always get linked with these players that we're about to play or have just played. So it is a concern. What names? Honestly, realistically, in the striker department, what names? Do you ostensibly need 3? So here's Lorenzo Luca, valued at 22. He's going to go for a lot. That's 30 to 40. And I mean, he's decent, right? Again, you're Italianizing the club. 10 goals, 2 assists. That is the same numbers as Vlahovic. You know? So you spend 40 on that, then you still need 2 more. You don't like Luka at all. But then who else? Realistically, though, who else do you get? Fuck no to Lookman. I don't think we're getting Oshiman. I mean, people have thrown out Šeško. We're not getting Šeško. Jonathan David, maybe. Kristovic would actually excite me, kind of. Not at first option, but as a rotational striker to be great. Let's be honest, worse than now is hardly possible. He's got, again, similar numbers. Actually, pretty much dead on here with Lorenzo, but way cheaper. Look him up. Probably spelling this wrong. Let's see. My God, transfer market work tonight. 25 market value, 14 million. So he's a year older, but he's not Italian. Is that okay? Yeah, look outside Serie A, and that's what I'm saying. Like, who else is out there that realistically that will fill the hole? Jonathan David's the name that comes to mind, right? But if you're looking for a depth piece, a Milik piece, if you will, 14 million value, so maybe 20. Lecce isn't one of these clubs that tend to be assholes, really. They don't have any bargaining power to be. So look, starting 11, 11%, 92% of the minutes, 50% of the goal participation. I rather look, 10 goals, 3 assists, and Luka was 10 goals, 2 assists. For the money, I'm taking Kristovic. But that's a depth piece still. Yeah, yes, they'll need a couple extra dudes. Maybe you get Colo extended another loan, maybe. Kristovic could be quite cheap if Fletcher gets relegated. That's also true. That's an excellent point. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. I mean, under 15. If you're giving me a Kristovic for under 15, you got to do it. Yeah, it is possible. We may as well just take a look at the standings currently. Well, actually, 17th, 2 points clear currently. And that's a game in hand. So ostensibly tomorrow, Venezia or Empoli could put Lecce into the relegation zone. The Venezia they're playing each other. So worst, okay. Best case is Lecce tomorrow is only 1 point clear of relegation. If Venezia and Empoli tie. If one of them win, Lecce is now in relegation zone. So 100% Lecce can be relegated. That could be a killer deal for Kristovic. I just kind of convinced myself just now with the help of you guys. I think Kristovic is the way to go. We hope that Lecce get relegated and we swoop in for Kristovic. There you go. There's our third option. I like when I convince myself. All right, get into a bit of the other news now tonight. Matteo Tognozzi, if you remember him, one of our scouts. Pull something up here on X for you guys so you have a visual. Matteo Tognozzi. And sorry, this is a little more janky tonight because I usually let the other guys talk and bring this up on the side, but no matter here. Juve is reportedly considering the return of Matteo Tognozzi, the Conte Nasta, the man who discovered great talent such as Kenan Yildiz and Dean Huijsen. The addition of Tognozzi would not exclude Gentoli and his collaborators, so it would be an add-on piece. Nobody kind of moving in out. It's just like, Tognozzi, you're in once again. He went to, it's escaping me, Spain, the team. And of course I can't remember now. Somebody's going to have to correct me. But anyways. Oh yes, and that's the possible new management. Gentoli, Chiellini, Calvo, and Tognozzi. Maybe. Nick from Stuttgart I really like, but he's not linked with Juve so far. And that's sort of the thing, right? We're just kind of pissing in the wind, hoping for the best with these names that we want to pick out. And you guys are better. If Dave and Dash were here, they're better because they watch the other leagues way more than I do. I'm very much focused just within Serie A to my own benefit and my own detriment. But like, I'm going to turn on a Serie A game if it's on over anything else, right? So unfortunately, my viewpoint is a lot more Serie A focused. But this is a conversation we're going to continue to have regardless. The boys will be here. They're going to be able to add in more. But yeah, Nick from Stuttgart. Just Nick, eh? If I type in Nick, does it come up? Like, what is going on? Yeah, I don't even know. There's got to be more than just Nick. Yeah, it's not coming up. All right. So Nicola Shera put up an interesting post this week, a couple days ago. You remember badly. Allegri supported the promotion of Mana to the director of sport, with whom he packed the renewal of Rabiot and making it clear to the owners that Mana was enough and the arrival of Gentoli was not necessary. At the time of negotiations to arrive at Juve from Napoli. So the talks were happening when when Allegri was saying we only need Mana. From there, the Gentoli-Allegri relationship at Juve began badly. So, just a little background information going back to the Allegri days there at the end of last season. 11 or so months ago. Just about. We saw the writing on the wall. This is kind of just affirming our suspicions. You know, that Allegri knew. Allegri knew what was up. Volta Mod. Okay. Volta Mod. Man, German Dave's going to kill me. 17 mil, 23. He's young. He's big, 1.98 meters. Labeled as a secondary striker. He is big, though. He can be big enough to be a just target man, could he not? You would think. Value skyrocketing. Yeah, I mean, that's an option too. 9 goals, 2 assists, 24 appearances. So starting half the time and putting up numbers like that. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like an exciting name too, BJ. I'm sure there's tons of them. So this is a funny one now. The threat of taxes, and I don't even have the yank here to make fun of. The threat of taxes from the U.S. on the Club World Cup risks of reduced prizes. In the absence of tax agreements, clubs, Juve and Inter included, obviously, could find themselves having to pay millions of dollars to the U.S. authorities on the prizes collected from the tournament. So in the U.S., and this is one of the crazy things in the U.S., any sort of prize winnings, lottery, what have you, all of it's taxed. And obviously, when it's over a certain amount, it gets taxed heavily. So it's making it less and less worth it to do this fucking. Initially it was 60 mil just for showing up. Then they said it's 12. Now it's somewhere in between. And now it's all gonna get taxed. Maybe that's why it was 12, because it's like you're just gonna get taxed to shit. You're gonna make chump change, and it's not even gonna be worth it. This tournament hasn't even started yet. I'm getting pissed off with it. Why show up to this and just injure more players? How many millions of dollars are we going to spend to reinforce the team to play this tournament so we can make $6 fucking? Like, this is ridiculous now. Oh, well, let's go to America. Let's get the Americans. Yeah, I mean, not the American people per se, but the American government is fucking off the whole world right now. So maybe we should just be like, no, screw it. We're not going to America. We'd rather go to Montenegro at this. It'd probably be cheaper for me to fucking fly to Montenegro from Canada to watch the fucking games than me to drive 6 hours to fucking Philadelphia because of all the fucking taxes and shit and getting cavity searched and phones stolen. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck FIFA and the US and the Club World Cup. We're not going. Boycott it. Boycott it was like it was any of those Arab FIFA things. Fuck it all, FIFA. Now I'm got me a little angry. All right, let's move on from that since I'm so angry. Didn't USA pay to host? They probably, yeah, you know what? They probably did put down a bunch of money, but would that... No, that actually, who would have paid that? Would that be like US Soccer? Did the government? Did the USA pay to host the Club World Cup? Let's find out. Okay, so from inside FIFA, go want your cookies. So basically, he's going to give each team $1 million. FIFA's going, or sorry, each city. FIFA is giving each U.S. city, 11 of them, $1 million. So we're already giving them $1 million each. Here's about the taxes. I'm not sure, BJ. I'm gonna put this down. Did the USA pay to host the CWC? And I'm gonna try to find more on that because that is an interesting question, and I can't find it easily right now. So I'm not gonna bore you with some research. Put it down. I'm gonna try to find out. Or if anybody in the comments knows about this one, please do add it in. Good questions tonight, guys. Liking it. Okay, sponsorship deal. A little more info. We did break it down in our Visit Detroit show there. So if you want more, please do go back and watch. That was a fun one. We made fun of a bunch of it. But according to sources close to Jeep, a sponsorship deal with Juventus is close. The negotiation has started and could lead to the signature in the next few days. The deal would be worth 50 mil over 2 years. And that's what I heard, 25 mil. So we were getting, off the top of my head, I believe the old deal was 60 million. 50, 60 mil. Now it's 25. You got to put somebody on there. I understand. So the CEO of Jeep, one of the reasons why we didn't host Jeep anymore, I didn't realize this. I found out a few days ago, is they decided not to spend money on soccer shirt sponsorships. That was a Jeep, like a Stellantis business decision. Now they're back okay with it because there's a different CEO, but the money is a fraction. Still better than the tax write-off, which is Save the Children, and that's another question I'm very interested. What's the tax write-off? And I'm writing that down, so I need to find out what's the tax write-off on Save the Children. There's a lot to this money thing, right? It's not just what you see on the surface. Kind of like when Ronaldo's like, "Oh, we're paying $60 million a year." It's like, yeah, but we made 60 million in shirt sales. So, as I say that, BJ's like, we don't have Ronaldo now. Yeah, no, that's part of it for sure. 100%, that's part of it. Plus, we've been in legal trouble, kind of a stain on our shirt. We haven't been winning. There's a lot of reasons. Now, another interesting tidbit I pulled out was from Sule. And, we all have a soft spot for Sule, I believe. And this is what he said. It's more Allegri stuff, too, which is what I love. I learned a lot from Allegri. The coach wanted us to play very tightly so as not to let the ball pass and then go on the attack. I think that for him, the fundamental aspect is that then he gives you a lot of freedom. I love this insight because, and I know it was Dash in particular, but Dave and Dash, they had mentioned this last year, that the team gets defensive instructions, but offensively, they were given freedom. And that's why we did so poorly offensively under Allegri, is because the decision maker up front that we had was Dusan Vlahovic. It's just kind of, it affirms our suspicion, more or less. So thank you, Sule, for that little bit of insight. Yeah, I guess just that positive feedback. And now Conte. I gotta find Conte's quote. I can't find his quote. I can paraphrase it. But let's see. Because what Antonio Conte said is very interesting. And it's a very Antonio Conte thing to do this late into a season. Okay. Antonio Conte hit out angrily at President Aurelio De Laurentiis and warned his future at Napoli is by no means certain. I can be a guarantor for a lot of things, but I am not stupid if I don't see the resources necessary to do this. So once again, Conte is upset that he's not getting his wishes. The management isn't giving him what he wants, what he needs to succeed. So Conte is doing the Conte thing. There was a quote. Now, of course, I can't find it. Okay, here's another one from my FTV. Upon my arrival, I said Napoli shouldn't be a club that players use as a stepping stone. I don't want to be seen as a liar. I don't take back anything I said, but in these 8 months at Napoli, I've understood that you can't do a lot of things here at Napoli. Love it. So anyways, I'll just paraphrase this last one. I can't find the quote. It was about Kvaratskhelia in particular. Basically saying, going on to these other quotes here, basically saying that, yes, Napoli is not serious. They don't give you the resources. Using Kvaratskhelia as the prime example, getting rid of him, your star winger, one of the main pieces of your attack, and not replacing him in January. And he's not incorrect. He needed a job. I'm surprised he thought he was going to get something otherwise. And here we go again. Antonio Conte, which only fuels the speculation of him coming back to Juve. Just as Tudor looked like he was getting more and more assured to maintain the position on the bench this year. Which, I mean, it's still no way certain. There's still a few games to go here, 6 games. Conte, all of a sudden, parachuting in, looking like he just might come. Conte said, I said a lot early on. Some still stand, some doesn't. I don't take anything back, but you learn, like with Farah. I said Napoli shouldn't be a stepping stone. Okay, there's the quote. I've realized in 8 months that many things just aren't possible. Beautiful. Okay, you got the whole thing all together. Thank you. Just saying, I don't know how I feel about this. On one hand, sorry. On one hand, having Conte would help revitalize the team, and on the other hand, I don't mind Tudor getting a chance. This is 100%. Let's wait to the end of the season. Tudor might just be the right guy. Are we gambling with Conte? No, we know what we're going to get, and this is what we're going to get, this kind of attitude, right? He will revitalize the team. He'll get them working. He'll get them winning. But he's also going to leave throwing a hissy fit. If Tudor's working, and if he's working well, yeah, it's a tough one now. It gets tough to decide. I wasn't a huge Tudor guy. I definitely think he was a good stepping stone coach. But maybe Tudor did take that next step himself as a coach. And he is the man now. Maybe he is a top-tier coach at this moment, and he's taken that step. Perhaps. We're going to have to let the next few games ride out on this one. So on that note, we will pregame a little bit we already had the press conference. Nothing new. Basically, Bangula out, Coops at risk. Yildiz is a maybe. He said he loves Nico and his energy. We kind of mentioned that too. This is what I love about Tudor. He takes the words out of my mouth. He just basically says what I'm thinking. He just says what is. I know AJC basically summarized it. I'll pull it up here once I get it. Yeah, here it is. They're point forms. It's literally point form, just to the point. Thomas J woman on the Scudetto, absolutely. Yield is partially in. Tomorrow we'll see. Coop high risk. Bangula, Gatti out. We're trying to grow fast. Vlahovic works hard and is appreciated. Nico hungry and eager. I talked to the subs after Lecce. No, you fucking tore them up after Lecce because they suck. Vega, bright future ahead of him, but can still grow. We're still interested in Vega as well, as a side note. Maybe dealing with Chelsea. Trying to work out a deal. Polo and Chico are well. Ish. I expect a great performance. That's your presser. Fought Mob. Let's go to Fought Mob. So even though there are games tomorrow, I'm not surprised that the press conference did happen on the Saturday and not just ruining their Easter Sunday. What's the point? So here we go. Parma, Juve. Injured and suspended players. Oh, we have one more. This is always the fun thing to see who has more injured players. So, I mean, they got Benedz, that guy, Charpentier, Kowalski, Cancellieri, Mahela, and Osorio. So they got a couple of the bigger players in there. Parma currently 16th. They're, I wouldn't say safe from relegation, but we're not playing a hard relegation team in that sense, right? They're not going to want to lose, but I don't think it's quite going to be the same as playing like a Venezia or let's say. But I mean, it's that time of the season. No game is easy. Absolutely no game is easy. They've drawn the past 5. Is that going to be another draw? Oh man. BJ saying unless Tudor does really great, I wouldn't keep him. Yeah. But he might. What if he does do great? That's the thing. What if he does? You keep him. You might just have to. That's why we got to play with these last 6 games, right? It's just, again, too fucking early. And BJ yelling out, Como stays 39. Yeah. What do they say you need to stay safe? Like 36 points to like be sure, or 33, something like that. They're definitely in 39 points right now. Yeah, so that's exciting for Como. They got tons of money. It shouldn't really be that much of a surprise. They're one of the richest teams in the league right now. All right. So they're not going to have... There's no projected lineups yet. Excuse me. Not even fake ones. Not even the fake ones out yet. But who will we see? Let's try to think about this. Bring up... Click on Juve. Get their standard lineup. So Di Gregorio net, yeah. Hardin may not even be 100% healthy yet. Kelly, Vega, Kalulu, I think, obviously, because he got nobody else. Midfield, you have McKennie, Thuram, Locatelli, Gonzalez. I think that might just stay. Tudor likes Nico. He likes how he's playing. Yeah, because Way hasn't been that great either. And Way would have to come in, some rotational pieces. Maybe, yeah. I will go with that midfield. Obviously, up top, Yildiz and Coop Miner are not doing well. You're going to have... Oh, see, now this is tricky. That's right. You have to get 2 attacking midfielders up there. So you're going to put Colo in. And you move Nico up there and then play Weah out wide? You might have to do that instead. And then Vlahovic up top. And then maybe Yildiz gets a few minutes. Does Vlahovic play the full 90? See a couple injuries there. But let's go with that for the starting 11 and rotate in. McKennie was injured. Cambiaso starts. Was he on the injured list? I thought I did read that he was okay. See if they put him on. Yeah, he's not on the list. So pretty sure McKennie is recovered. But good point, BJ. Cambiaso probably more recovered at this point and will get the start. But also could play the right. He did say he likes the right. So maybe Mac left, Cambiaso right. That lets Chico go up top with Colo. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're just spitballing. We're just guessing. Anything can go. McKennie behind Doosan, eh? He could. I mean, with another support Cam, because he's not the sole attacking midfielder, it could actually work, especially since Coop does. Yeah, if Coop can do it, fucking McKennie can do it. Less running, which could maybe benefit him coming off the injury. Yeah. We'll find out. Certainly options. We'll see what Tudor does. He's going to put the best guys up. We know he's going to put the guys that are not loanies, unless he has to, like Vega. So guys like Chico and Colo are going to get the second look. Unless he has to play him because of injury. So I do think we're getting Colo from the bench, or from the start, not off the bench this week. In behind Vlahovic, which I wouldn't mind seeing. Maybe Mac up there, yeah, but some physicality. Sure. And Weah and Cambiaso on the wings at that point. All right, guys, I think that's it. We covered a lot. Only having me just spitfire, just rapid fire. It was great. Didn't have to talk to anybody else. Just talk to myself. It's amazing. No, hopefully we get the guys back for Monday night's match. So the housekeeping then, guys. Obviously, like, subscribe. Get in the Discord, because the Discord's bumping. I mean, it's been a little bit quiet because the news has been quiet, but we've been finding stuff to talk about. There's always some sort of conspiracy or something ridiculous going on. So if you're a member, you already have access to the After Dark this week. Came out a bit early. If not, you will get it at midnight. Or just become a member, 99 cents American. That's all you need. Helps the channel out. X, Instagram, it's all down there. The link to the Discord, and don't forget we're on Spotify. I've released the After Dark on Spotify early as well, just because. So screw it. Get out there, go get it. Tomorrow is Easter, so happy Easter, everyone. Even if you don't celebrate it, whatever, happy Easter. That's why we did the show today. Honestly, Dash could have came in tomorrow, but it's like, it's Easter, don't worry about it. So everyone enjoy it. We're taking the day off. We're coming in Monday. Monday, thankfully, is a holiday still for me, so I'm coming in. We're going to do the watch along. And hopefully it's 3-0-1 for Tudor after Monday night. All right, on that note, thank you for joining in. Thank you for making this a wonderful live show, going solo, helping me out. I'll see you on Monday. About it, guys. Thanks again. And